I think we're coming on live here. There we go. Yeah, with Coach Chris here. We're just doing some exercise here. We're out at soccer training, and yeah, it's been a while since I've been sort of involved in junior sport. So yeah, you're with Coach Chris here live from Lighthouse Leadership Psychology and Training, and we're just off for a walk, doing a bit of exercise out here. Kids going past on the scooters. The boys and the girls are out there at soccer training, and the thing I love about physical fitness, being like first trained as a phys ed teacher, was the part that grows the most is your heart. So when you're doing physical fitness, it's your heart, and strengthening your heart, such a big part of physical fitness. And here we are in the middle of our boundary series. We're starting week 2, and I wanted to talk to you about the heart of the issue. Like, what's the real reason why people struggle with boundaries? What's the real reason? And I think that this is a really interesting question, because when we actually get to the point where we're looking at the real heart of the issue, then we have a good chance to change some stuff, to shift some stuff. And I don't know about you, but usually when I have to set a boundary, remember, a boundary is something that we set about what we do. We don't set boundaries to control and manipulate other people. So let's just get that clarified again. If you're a new listener, you can jump back into last week's videos and check those out for those tips. But the boundaries, when we set boundaries, we're setting like what we're going to do, what we're going to do about our situation, what we're going to, as we look at the situation, we're making choices about what we're going to say yes to and what we're going to say no to. So as we're setting these boundaries, we need to think about, so go back to my story. I was talking about when I have to set a boundary with somebody and it's really difficult. Usually a number of things have happened. First, I'm usually afraid. You too? Most of the people that come to me and speak about boundary stuff, they're afraid. They're scared of the person, or they're scared of the situation. They're scared of having to do something. People are worried, people are concerned, and sometimes they're even intimidated by somebody. And whether this is real because the person's really being intimidating, or it's just in their head, there's this fear. The second thing that's often present when we set boundaries is judgment. And so if something's gone really bad, and I'll just pause here for a sec. If something's gone really bad, then you've got an expectation that something's going to go bad again. And so you're actually carrying this judgment about what's going to happen. Judgment's a real double-edged sword, hey? Judgment can be good from a wisdom point of view, but judgment can actually set you up for bad things to happen to you, because it's a bit like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Have you heard of this phrase? So it's when you believe that things will go wrong, things go wrong. So they go wrong because you believe they were going to go wrong. Like, that's the power of our thoughts and our beliefs. And judgment can work like that as well. The third thing that can be present is blame. And blame is highly toxic. So if you're in a work environment and there's lots of blame, then you know what it feels like. It is not very much fun to go to work. It is not very much fun being around these people. And it can be just really challenging if there's lots of blame happening in the place. And so when it comes to setting boundaries, what we're talking about is like, how do we deal with these three things? How do we deal with the fear? How do we deal with the judgment? And how do we deal with the blame? Because often this is really the heart of the matter. Now this might be, we might just go walking here, and hopefully the light's going to be all right. I want to talk to you about how we actually deal with this stuff. So if the heart of the matter is fear, judgment, and blame, then it's going to be affecting our heart. It's going to be affecting our motivations. It's going to be affecting the way that we see what the solutions are to things. It's going to be affecting, it affects everything. There's a very famous proverb, a very old proverb that says, out of the man's heart comes everything that he does and thinks and says. If that's really the case, then the heart of the matter is, if we've got issues in our heart, where we think things are going to go bad, or we're holding on to judgment, or we're holding on to blame for people, then that's going to affect all of our boundaries. And so we actually need to let go of those things first. And so this is going to take us back to tip 1. The best tip that I gave, this is almost 2 weeks ago, the best relational leadership tip that I can give is forgiveness. And so the most powerful thing that you can do to set yourself free to make really good boundaries is to actually forgive the people, who have hurt you. And so you need to forgive the people that you're holding judgment against, and you need to let it go. And you need to not partner with the fear. And so one of the phrases that I often say to myself when I'm really afraid of something, and I recognize that it's a lie, it's like fear, I'm just not going to partner with you anymore. I can see that this is a lie. I'm not going to partner with you anymore. And the people that I'm struggling with blame, like they're blaming me or I'm blaming them, I just need to remember if it's their blame, well, it's their blame. And I just give it back to them. And if it's me blaming, then I need to forgive myself, and I need to do some work, some heart work in that issue to let go of that stuff. So hello to the people that are coming on live. Great to be with you. I'm Coach Chris from Lighthouse Leadership Psychology and Training. We're in the middle of a series talking about boundaries, and the reason we're doing that is because I'm a leadership coach and I want to help you with your relational leadership skills. Just make sure I don't get run over here. Saying hello to friends, just picking up from soccer training. So you want to do the work. You want to make sure that you deal with the fear, deal with the judgment, and deal with the blame. You want to remove these 3 things from the scenario, because then that gives you a clear heart to be able to set really healthy boundaries. Because the heart of the matter usually is that if those 3 things are present, setting good boundaries is really difficult. So that's my tip for the day. So this is Coach Chris from Lighthouse Leadership Psychology and Training. It's great to be with you. Love you to like, share and comment on this video. Please share it with people who need to hear about boundary stuff. Love you to follow us on Lighthouse Lead. So if you're watching live now, got a couple of people on again. Hello. Welcome to the live broadcast from Lighthouse Leadership. We're doing a boundary series. If you like these tips, then follow us so that you can see every time that we come online. But share these videos with people who need to get better at their boundaries. They could be your workmates, your family, your spouse, your kids, if they're smart enough to be able to handle this stuff. They're a little bit older. But share this with the people who really need it. So this is Coach Chris. I'm going to sign off now. We'll be in touch with you again tomorrow as I share tomorrow's boundary tip. So all the best. Stay safe till then. And remember, deal with the fear, deal with the judgment, and deal with the blame. And then you'll be able to set healthier boundaries. All right. See you then. Bye.